Today, Precarious plays
Metroid Prime 3, Corruption. I spent an entire week thinking of nice things to say about this game. Are you ready? Are you prepared? Emotionally? Mentally?
Yes, I am prepared. I was getting ready to say bad things about this game, so please share.
Again, though, I've got to point out that, okay, so it all worked out in the end. Some of the stuff that I have to say really does sort of apply to the whole trilogy, but I think it's worth mentioning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the Morph Ball, the way it's implemented, is really clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your whole list?
No, I'm going to detail it. It's just that got, like, I feel like this has gotten more intense than the first time I was here. So let's take a look, right? So you've got a first-person shooter, and you have this iconic element of the franchise, which is the Morph Ball. And it's like, well, how do we do that? And really, so have you ever played a game that has like a really bad swimming section?
Like every game that has a swimming section, but be specific.
Well, no, I was just asking. Are you familiar with that trope?
I'm not familiar with it as a trope, but I have experienced some very bad swimming sections that...
So you just arrived at that common conclusion independently.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I just hate swimming sections. They always stress me out. I'm never okay.
They are pretty famously, like, it's one of the ones that's up there with, like, escort missions, where it's like, oh yeah, that thing that we collectively all hate. We all understand that swimming sections are bad. And
somebody thought it would be fun to go underwater, and by fun, they meant bad. They meant bad.
It's a change of pace. And I understand the idea. Like, it sounds compelling because it's a very different set of physical circumstances, you know?
Yeah, and it's also technically difficult to make things water.
Yeah, but the thing is that it essentially requires you to make a completely separate game in your game.
Yeah. And
the Morph Ball here is much the same, but I think it's commendable that it's executed at such a high level, right? It would have been really easy to mess this up and have the Morph Ball feel really bad.
Yeah, which now that I'm trying to imagine Metroid Prime without the Morph Ball, like if that had been a decision that they had made, being like, well, when we moved it from 2D to 3D, we just kind of made the Morph Ball.
We had to cut the Morph Ball because it didn't really make sense given the perspective. That would have been perfectly logical.
That would have been a very reasonable conclusion, but that also makes me want to cry. Like, legitimately, I'm like, no, that's like my favorite. That's like worth 30% of the overall score of my experience with Metroid in general, is being able to be a Morph Ball and do Morph Ball tricks. No.
Okay, does it... I think I just need to wait until it gets awfully close. Where does it end up? Because, see, you whip around and it changes your perspective a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's here. Oh, hey, look, you can see that sort of fire spear effect that I was talking about before.
That's nice.
As you whirl around. Yeah, see, look at them.
This is what was making me remember on-rail shooters the other day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But here, because I just can't stop myself, there is one thing that I want to sort of decry, I guess, while I'm here. I do feel like between Metroid Prime 1 and 2, the inclusion of the screw attack, I think that it was mishandled. I think they got a little overzealous because they were like, oh, well, we made it work with the morph ball, so like we got it, we cracked the code, right? And I think one of the things that I would most be interested in seeing in Metroid Prime 4 is a reimagining of the screw attack, where it is a series of... So I think that there's some real potential here. So I think that they should recast the screw attack. I'm not sure what they would, like how they would shift the name, like what they would call it. But if it were a mid-air charge that you would just go whoosh in whatever direction you were holding the stick in whenever you activated it. And if it would give you like that damage dealing aura. And over the course of the game, like initially it would, did it get busted up? Or had I never gone this way before? I mean, I can clear it now. I'm trying to get to that item that I think is over here that eluded me before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just have to go this way. So see, like, they did the same thing, right? Where it's like you go out into third person mode.
Yeah.
And I think that it makes the screw attack, which is traditionally very empowering and very quick, and it fits very nicely into you. I wonder if that's going to count. Good enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of looks like it got destroyed, right?
It does look like it got destroyed.
Because on the mini-map, there's a full track. Anyway, the screw attack fits effortlessly. Like, it takes something that you've been doing the whole game, which is somersaulting, and then makes it... I don't have you yet, do I? No, I don't. Good. It's always fun whenever you're going back for an upgrade with a new power, and then it's like, oh, look at that. Somebody did an art in the sky. The screw attack fit effortlessly into your standard maneuvering, your regular arsenal. But here, it's like, you kind of have to really consciously try to use it in a battle, or it has to be in a battle or scenario that is made for it.
Yeah. Honestly, you're just like, I know we're talking about the screw attack a little bit now, but like thinking about the morph ball.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm just thinking about it in the context of the old 2D games. And if you had asked me then, I would have been like, oh, the morph ball is like, takes the place of a crouch in a platformer. Or a crouch slide.
That's exactly what
yes.
What did I say?
You said exactually, and I really liked it, so I said it again.
No, sorry. I was trying to the percentage, the attention percentage dropped too low there. So it was actually intended to act as Samus's crouch.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first thing you do with it.
It's one of those, like, necessity is the mother of invention kind of scenarios, where it's like, we're on the NES, and if we try to make this sprite, like, I made a sprite of Samus crouching, and it doesn't look so good, so let's come up with something really weird instead.
Is that really how it happened? Nobody was even trying to be clever? Because it turned out so clever.
Yeah.
That's really how it happened.
I think that I might be making this up, but I think I've seen the abandoned sprites of, like, an NES Samus crawl. And
Crawl.
Yeah, and it looks...
Can you imagine?
It looks like...
Samus crawling for any amount of time that she wasn't in her little blue jammies. No.
Do I have anything electric yet?
I don't know.
Don't think I do.
The only time Samus crawl is when she in jammies.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny to think about, but they did eventually have a Samus crawl, but it required much more sophisticated hardware to have...
Why?
I don't... Because I was trying to be nice, and the game... This game loves messing with me. Can I cheese this from where I am? I don't think I can. Oh... Hold on. Let's try... Let's... I'll try to cheese it between episodes. Start a new one. Let's get me out of here. Get me out of this episode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite. Ugh.